Hello and welcome to Brandx Reviews. Today I'm going to be doing a very quick video just to kind of pay respects to Stan Lee. As you're all aware, he's passed away about an hour or so ago. Social media, at least for me anyway, just kind of blew up with all the news about it, and also my messenger was just going off and I was getting tagged in all sorts of things. I guess I'm quite kind of well known for being into a lot of the Marvel stuff, because that must be my reputation, because I seem to be the one person getting tagged in everything on social media. But there you go. Not really a surprise. I mean, given his age, it was kind of becoming something of an internet meme, I guess, that, you know, he's getting on in age. I'd seen quite a few in the last couple of years, you know, talking about how, when you realise that every Stan Lee cameo that you see is about the 8th one in a long sort of backlog of them that have been filmed, because, well, he's like in his mid-90s now, basically, because obviously they weren't expecting him to be around much longer, so I guess they filmed a lot of cameos in advance. I guess we'll see if that's true as well, because with all the Marvel films that'll be coming out, including all the like X-Men related ones and any others that should come out, they're all going to have Stan Lee cameos in for quite a while, I imagine, if that's true. I mean, he was in Venom as well, and that's not a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, officially anyway. There's a cameo in there. So let's just see how true that is. But anyway, I guess and I've said this before, I guess when a celebrity dies, you've always got that kind of desire to sort of say how you might be upset about it or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't describe myself as being upset as such. I didn't know the guy. But at the same time, there's a legacy there, and as a person, you can really kind of identify with the work that somebody's done, and it may have affected you, you know, as shallow as it may sound. I mean, I don't think it's shallow, but you can kind of mourn somebody's loss that you've never met just because their work has made your life better. And there's a number of ways that can be the case. I mean, like with the Marvel films for myself, I mean, I'm a grown adult, you know, I don't take this thing too seriously, but I really enjoy it, and it's something that I share with my friends, for example. And obviously, social occasions, that kind of thing, you've got a lot of happy memories there. I've got a lot of happy memories of sharing a lot of the Marvel things with my friends, going to the cinema to see a lot of these films, and we owe that in terms of it's having been created to Stan Lee. So effectively, when he's passed, there's that kind of connective tissue. I kind of think, well, a lot of the times when, you know, I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy, it was a really memorable time with a few of my friends. I mean, not necessarily Stan Lee created that, but, you know, it all kind of ties in, I guess. You can connect that. Or when we went to see Avengers Age of Ultron, I mean, that's one of the happiest times in recent times for me, not because I was seeing the film, but it was just, I was a really happy place in my life, and I had a really sort of big social gathering. We all went to see this film in Manchester, and I'll never forget that. And that was kind of tied in with something that Stan Lee created. So when he passes away, like I say, you kind of connect the dots there, whether rightly or wrongly. So I think that to a certain degree, I feel I owe a bit of appreciation there. So I think that's how a lot of these things work a lot of the time. I've done videos like this before, like when Carrie Fisher passed away. A lot of people were saying, how can you be upset by this? You never met them. It was just somebody on a TV screen. And I kind of disagree with that. I think that's a very cynical thing to say. A lot of it's trolling as well, obviously. I realise that's the case, being that's the way we live. But I think that's pretty sad anyway that he's not around anymore. It was just nice to know that he was just there, you know, because it was a connection to the past that, as long as he's still around, you feel like there's an era hasn't come to a close. There's a lot of celebrities out there like that as well, and I'm not really one for celebrity worship. I think it does get a little bit toxic, but on an individual level, I can understand it. Typical examples, like when I talk about links to the past, would be somebody like Clint Eastwood, for example, and he's getting on as well. I mean, just the fact that he not just is still alive, but he's still active as well, because again, that's another thing about Stan Lee. He didn't just kind of go off somewhere never to be seen again. He very much embraced the fanship that continued, and obviously had cameos in these movies, which tends to be the more popular thing right now rather than the comics themselves. But like I say, with Clint Eastwood, for example, that's another connection to the past, to a lot of these old westerns from the 60s, and even like movies from the 50s that he was in as well, and TV shows like Rawhide, and then you've got Dirty Harry. It's an absolute legacy, and somebody like Stan Lee as well. Whilst he was still alive, we had that connection to the past, so that's another thing really that I think people feel when somebody like him passes away. It's just like something's been severed there. So let's just kind of wrap this up anyway, because I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. But yeah, really sad that he's not around anymore. But he had a pretty good inning, as they say. At the age of 95, I don't think that we can really say that it's tragic in that sense. I think it's more to be celebrated rather than to be sad about. And that's a positive note to end on anyway, so I'll leave it there. Brandix Reviews, you can follow us on social media, YouTube obviously, but also Instagram, which doesn't really get updated that much for Brandix Reviews, but also our Facebook group. There's regular posts on there as well, so if you want to look us up, it's Brandix Reviews. But for now, I'll just say thank you very much for watching.